Okay, so this is very impromptu. Tomorrow night, I have my first online cooking class of the year. And this is the first time I'm moving my classes, my monthly online cooking classes to Substack. So they have been on a platform called Kajabi up until now. And my cooking school members have been cooking with me since 2019. So we are moving over to Substack. Tomorrow night is our first class. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Joan. So tomorrow night is the class, but I'm doing something tonight to prep for it that I thought would be helpful to see, either as a quick tip that you can use, whether you're joining us for the class tomorrow or not, or you're joining us tomorrow and you want to do this tonight if you happen to have a chicken already, or in the morning so that your chicken can dry out a bit by the time we go to roast it. So, tomorrow night in the class, we are making simple roast chicken, which is one of my favorite recipes to make in cooking classes. It has very few ingredients. It's all about the method, the way we're doing what we're doing. We're going to use an oven-safe cast iron pan that we preheat in the oven before we add anything to it. There are very few ingredients in this recipe, but one of the things that makes it taste amazing is prepping it ahead of time. So we're not going to get it out of the fridge and throw it right in the oven after it's been in this cold plastic wrap. So the day before I make a roast chicken, and I do this no matter what roast chicken recipe I'm making, I put it on a rack over a rimmed sheet pan, dry it out. So just get it as dry as possible, take out anything that's in the cavity and dry the cavity as well. And then we're going to salt it well all over. That's it. And it's like dry brining because that salt is going to permeate the skin and the meat, and it's going to tenderize the chicken and add so much flavor to the finished product when it comes out of the oven. And any of you who have made this in a cooking class with me know it's one of those recipes that's like super surprising because it literally has four ingredients. We put a little garlic inside the cavity, a little bit of lemon, um, some olive oil on the chicken, and roast it. That's it. And it turns out so delicious. The skin gets almost like stretched and dried out from having salt on it overnight. And it just turns out delicious. So, what I'm going to do, I need to wash my hands, is salt this generously all over and salt the cavity. If there's like a ton of extra skin, I'm not going to like tie this closed when we cook it tomorrow in our class. So I'm just going to cut off that extra skin. So let me wash my hands. We are using Diamond Crystal Kosher Salt. How do you roast a chicken and how long? I am teaching that in a cooking class tomorrow night on Substack, and you can join us if you'd like. And anyone who joins us gets all the recipes. So you can go to Smart in the Kitchen on Substack, and it's one of my recent posts, all the info about the class. And it is for subscribers, but I hope you'll enjoy this and decide to subscribe and join us. I've been teaching cooking classes for over 20 years, so I love doing it. I'm also cooking dinner behind me, so I had to turn that off for a second. So this is Diamond Crystal Kosher Salt. We are adding, this is a teaspoon measure. We're adding a tablespoon of this to our chicken, which might seem like a lot, but some of this gets kind of rubbed off as we prep the chicken. Yay, thank you. So before we prep our chicken tomorrow night, I'll show you this exact same chicken that I get out from my fridge and we'll cook it. And it's going to be stretched and shiny. It's going to look so different. So I'm putting some salt inside and I'm putting some salt on the other. I want to kind of pat that in so it doesn't all fall off on this other side. And I'm telling you guys this, I learned this technique from a Thomas Keller recipe. Oh, thank you, Catherine. I love that. Hi, Sally. Sweet Sally. Some of my longtime cooking class students and members are popping on here. I didn't even tell anyone I was doing this. It was very impromptu. I just texted all my kids and said, "Don't call me. I am doing a Substack live," because it always works out that one of my kids calls me right when I try to do something on technology and everything goes haywire. Okay, so guys, that's it. We salted it all over. We salted it inside. It's as dry as it's going to get right now. It's going in my fridge just like this. See, it's on a rack on this is a half sheet pan, and I love Nordic ware sheet pans. That's what I use for roasting, for baking, for every sheet pan. Um, so this is going in my fridge just like this. I know that's going to make some of you like have total anxiety. There is not anything wrong with that. Salmonella is not going to magically balloon into your refrigerator and contaminate everything. As long as you don't have anything touching this raw chicken when it goes in, you need a clear, space to pull it in. If you had to use a smaller sheet pan, you could. Just make sure you put a rack. You want it elevated because you want the air to circulate underneath the chicken and help dry it out. And you'll notice tomorrow there's already a couple drips of liquid on this sheet pan because the moisture is just going to drop out onto that sheet pan below. And really, all of the kind of moisture from being in that plastic wrap, which is kind of gross when you think about it, is going to dry out in the refrigerator. What else? Anything else we need to say about this, guys? That's it until tomorrow. I will get this out as I'm prepping for setting up for the class, which is usually about an hour before. It it does not get rinsed. That's one thing that's always inflammatory on social media. I always get lots of comments from people who are very nervous when I say that. I didn't wash this. I cut it open, the plastic right on top of here, put it on the rack, and we dealt with it. There is no need to wash the chicken. All that's going to do is get chicken all over your sink that you then have to clean and disinfect. It's going in the oven. It's cooking to 165 degrees, which will kill any bacteria that we're worried about. So don't worry about that. For equipment tomorrow, if you're taking the class, I'm actually using the pan right now that I plan to use tomorrow night, and I can show it to you guys if you want. But a cast iron skillet or an oven proof skillet doesn't have to be cast iron, but I just love how it retains the heat and gets nice and hot. And it just is perfect for this recipe. An instant read meat thermometer. I have one called a Javelin from Amazon that's really inexpensive. I have an Amazon shop that has all of my kitchen essentials saved. It's in there. Um, or any instant read meat thermometer that you like using, and you'll put it in without touching the bone. So we'll put it in the thickest part of the meat. So for me, that's usually like this middle top part of the breast without touching the bone because the bone will read as hotter than the white meat. And it's when it's 165, it's cooked. So tomorrow night we'll make this. We're making Instant Pot sweet potatoes, which I also in that recipe give you directions to make the sweet potatoes in the oven if you don't have an Instant Pot. And we're going to make a really simple salad with my favorite dressing, super simple salad dressing that has a million variations. And I have kale, I have arugula, so we'll see what we want to make tomorrow when we make a salad to go with this. And everything will come together really quickly. This will cook within 40 minutes. Um, and everything was really fast. I may sometimes in my live cooking classes, if we're waiting and waiting for something to cook and we're done and everyone has a short attention span, I just share a picture of what it looks like when it's finished cooking for everyone. And that will go out in a reporting email to all of my subscribers. So go to Smart in the Kitchen, check out the cooking school level. I would love to have any of you join us tomorrow. So it's 4 o'clock Central Time. I'm in Houston, and I hope you guys will be in our class tomorrow. That's it. This is going in my fridge, so I'm ready for tomorrow. And I don't want to touch my phone with my chicken hands, but it's about to happen. Okay, bye.